Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, sometimes I have to say that a couple times, living in the illusion, because you might think, well, he's living in an illusion, but so are you, and you're unaware of it. Now, that's a very scientific study now going on, and of course they call it a virtual reality or a simulation. I call it an illusion. We're having a little Earl Grey tea today with our little discussion. So I will reference last video up here because we still have it on our board. Just a second. Okay. And here's what we talked about last time. It's an event. Did you see it? Did you see what was happening? And if you go through that model, that's why you should refresh your memory or look at it for the first time. Basically, no one sees the whole event. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what it is. Our model, in our model, we picked out a rock concert. And we had all these people here, these little circles, looking at the rock concert, and we picked this guy here and went through the process, which is basically the standard model for the illusion, and I'll reference that playlist. And you found out you make your unique interpretation of the event. Not the event. The event is just energy. It's just coming together of different energies, and then you make your interpretation. And it's not the event. It's uniquely your creation that you believe was the event. That's just the way it is. It's part of the illusion. You believe that what you see with your senses, what you think you see with your senses, is what's happening. Now, you interpret everything through your mind and your belief system. So you do not see events. You only see your interpretation. That was a gist of the story for last video. But look at the event. Everything is energy outside of you. And every event is a creation of yours. So if you are having an event, an argument with your significant other, a disagreement with a police officer, or anything like that, anything that happens, you create your interpretation, and they, whoever they are, create their interpretation. And they're both different. That's why we have wars. That's why people get upset at each other. That's why we have road rage. You create your world, they create their world, and no one sees the event. Well, give that some thought, and we will get on to the discussion for today. So, this is our topic for today. Now, I'll read it off my little sheet because I always run out of room when I try to put it on the board. So here's what it says. Strange. Strange. So you can think about this. If I don't see you, are you really there? If I don't see you, are you really there? So let's take a kind of look at this. And you see I put a couple things on the board already that we're going to be talking about. So, do I really see you? In here, I want you to think about a lens. Now this is a lens. I probably should make it a little easier to see. Maybe I'll use a pink so that you can see this lens. Now what kind of lens is it? Your perceptional lens. How you perceive. The lens through which you perceive things. Now in this lens, you have a filtering system. All lenses filter the light, the information that goes through them to some degree. And so do you through your perceptional lens. And again, what is your filtering in the lens? Your belief system. What you've been programmed to accept. What you've been programmed to see. And touch and feel and smell and taste. All your senses, when I say see, all your senses are involved because they all go into making your world. So here's your filter and your lens, which is determined by your programming. So now, here is how you see the outside world. So we gotta make sure you understand, again, the outside world is the infinite energy system. Outside, infinite energy system. Now, who's in that inner energy system, infinite system? You are. From me, because this is me over here, on the other side of my filter is the infinite energy system, and you're in it. So let me draw you. I do the best I can with little stick figures and my little drawing ability, but that's you. Make believe that's you. And now I am taking in this information, which is you, into my senses, from my 5 senses. 1, 2, 3, 4, I need another one. I'll put it up here. So I'm getting information about you. Whatever you're doing, your height, how tall you are, color your hair, color everything, the clothes you got on, everything. Everything is you. Your smiling, your approach, how your body looks, all kinds of stuff. I'm picking up the information and I am running it through my filter. So on the other side of the filter, I'm getting distorted information. It's distorted because of my filter, my belief system, my values. If this is some group, if you are from some group that I have certain prejudices against, if you are from a group that I have no background with. I'm picking up the information, but by the time it gets through here, it's distorted. It's not really what it is. It's distorted by my perception, my belief system, my experience with life, my background, my memories. Now from this information, because this is just information here, I create you. I create you based upon my interpretation of the data that gets through the filter. Now see? Now let's look at this again. I create you. That means it's not you. Here's you. You're sending information. I'm accepting the information and I'm manipulating it through my belief system, values, moral judgments, all kinds of stuff. And I'm getting distorted information now. Why? It's distorted by my perceptual filter. And so now I'm going to make you. I'm going to make you. So here you are. After I'm filtered with you. After I've filtered you. So, here's you. Here's my perception of you, my interpretation of you. Do I see you? Are you really there? Is this you? This is what I'm seeing with my senses. Taste, touch, smell, all the five senses, not just your visual. So this is what I'm seeing. Is this you? If I don't see you, and this is what I see, do you exist at all the way you are? For me. For me. Do you exist the way you are for me when I perceive you? Now, and it doesn't matter if you're perceiving your significant other, your boss, your neighbor, your friend, your puppy dog, your kids, or anything else. Are you perceiving what's really there? Can you see me the way I am? Now you got to look at the last video. You got to look at the event, because I'm an event to you. Do you see me the way I am? Or your significant other, or your boss, or neighbor, or your puppy dog? No. Do you believe you see me the way I am? Yes. You absolutely believe. Your senses, see, your senses don't tell you anything. Your senses are information. But you screw up that information so much based upon your belief system. That's why the scientific model, the first thing is, well, I'm going to observe and I'm going to see things that are really there. No, you don't. You see things through a distortion. And you believe, absolutely believe, you're seeing what's really there. That's why you never see the event. That's why you never see me. Even though you're listening to my voice and you're hearing what I'm saying, words are going in, but you manipulate them to fit your belief system. You like me, you don't like me. If you don't like me, you're going to hear one thing. If you like me, you're going to hear something else. You're in an illusion. Tough. Tough to understand that. Because we absolutely believe in the egoic world. We're seeing everything that happens. Oh, of course, that's a real world out there. You don't see it. You see your interpretation of that world. Are you seeing the real world outside in the infinite energy system? Well, I'm seeing it good enough that I got a great job and I got a good family and I got a... Absolutely. I'm not saying that's not true. But you're living in an illusion. The truth is not important. But what you believe the truth is, oh, now that's important. And you believe you're seeing an outside world. And for you, that's important. You believe you're seeing me the way I am. And you're not. But you believe you are. And that's important. Whether you like me or don't like me. Oh, by the way, if you like me, subscribe and hit the like button. If you don't like me, go to somebody else's channel and hit the don't like button. So that's what this discussion is about. It's about beginning to recognize what is really there. And beginning to look at your filter and recognize it's all an illusion. Nothing really happens the way you think it does. You create it that way. If you want to create a peaceful world for you, you don't have to change the world. You got to change your filter. You got to forgive yourself for a lot of goofy things that you did in the past. And you got to forgive others for the goofy things they did, because they're not real. You can't see them. They don't exist the way they are. They exist the way you create them. And if you want to create a happy world out here with happy people, you got to change. They're not going to change. They don't have to. It's you that has to change. It's you that has to forgive yourself. Heal the past. You change your filter. You see the world differently. The information from the world, you filter it different. You're going to create a different me. Create a different significant other. Create a different world around you. You're the creator. Oh, there's much to think about here in the illusion. So until we get together again, recognize you can change your world by healing your past. We'll talk to you later in the next video here in the illusion. Bye now.
To my bedu alongside our mixie. I dey give you bedu we go bust your brain to dance, let we dance. I dey give you bedu we go bust your brain to dance, let we dance. Oh, for a way.